Put down the drugs and coffee, sir, right now. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand me? I said, do you understand me, maggot? You're gonna want to stay tuned for this one. Coming up next, I'm giving you a story on a guy named Peter, who, let's just say, decided to take his own life in his own hands and get up and go and get it by any means necessary. Stay tuned to the Corner Talk Show. What up, what up, what up? We are back. Who am I? Jersey Street Corner, and this is the Prison Talk Show, people. Today, I got a story for y'all about a guy named Peter. And I tell you what, y'all, after this story, I think I'm going to start a new edition on the channel, The Dumbest Crimes I've Ever Seen and Heard in my time in prison. Yeah, I think we're going to run with that, y'all. We're going to have to kick that into high speed. All right, let's get into it. So, this guy named Peter, he robbed a very popular coffee shop. Being that there are no paid ads on this channel, I will not be disclosing which one, but let's just say it's my favorite. Anyway, Peter robbed a coffee shop, y'all. And Peter only got away with bagels, a couple of bags of coffee beans, and some donuts. Not even no cash. Nothing very useful. So, this is where things started going wrong for Peter. Peter tried to get them to open the safe at the place that he was robbing. But he got so enraged, so angry, when they told him they can't open the safe. It's on a timer, and only the armed guard service that comes to pick up the money has the key to open that safe. There's no way for them to get in there. Well, Peter wasn't trying to hear none of that, y'all. Peter start bow, 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 letting off shots. He letting off shots, y'all. He angry. Now, he ran. Peter ran his ass up out of there because he knew he done did something stupid. While he's getting away, an innocent man got hit in the chest, y'all. Now, this man's on the ground dying. Peter potentially just unalived somebody. Peter don't even know the outcome of what he just did, y'all. So, of course, the police were alerted. They showed up very quickly. And they started a manhunt, y'all. They looking for Peter. Peter is going to pay for this crime, y'all. Yes, he will. Now, it wouldn't take very long. It wouldn't take long at all. They patrolling around the city. They got pictures everywhere. They going in and out of different stores with pictures, asking, have they seen this person? Oh, he's a person of interest in what happened earlier today. Everybody in the community is more than willing to help the police find this criminal. They don't want anyone like him in their community. Now, mind you, this is a upstanding community. Not a rich community, but a middle-class community. And there are upstanding citizens in this community that will point the finger and rat you out in a heartbeat. I don't know if Peter knew this or not, but Peter's going to find out. Well, 2 days will go by. Where do they find this idiot? Only 2 towns over, held up in a roach motel with a hooker and hella meth and a whole bunch of coffee, y'all. Yep, you heard me. This fool is in there doing meth and drinking coffee. I guess that's some kind of new speedball or something. I don't know. He in there out of his mind, y'all. Apparently Peter has a drug problem. And I guess you could say, well, what the heck would make him go and try and rob a coffee shop in the first place and actually leave with the damn bagels and Donuts. You could have left that crap behind and just took your L and walked out. Nah, he's really brewing those coffee beans in this Roach Motel. He's got so much caffeine going through his veins right now. It ain't even funny, y'all. Lord knows how long he done had that hooker in that room doing God knows what on that meth. So, they'll find him, they'll grab him, put him face down on the ground, throw the cuffs on him. They locking his dumb ass up, y'all. They are taking him into custody for a lineup. They're going to see if anybody can corroborate and put him at the scene of the crime. And, well, obviously, there was cameras. There was plenty of witnesses. This guy has no chance at all in getting out of this one, y'all. He's got to go down at least in the top 5 dumbest criminals alive. We'll get to the rest later. There's plenty more. So, they got Peter in the interrogation room, and they're asking him, well, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it, son? And Peter's only response is, I'm broke. And they're like, well, get a job. You know, you never had any felonies, and you seem like an all right person. Why can't you get a job? He's like, they won't hire me with my drug addiction. And they're like, well, you can't just go around stealing stuff to feed your drug addiction. That's not how this works. You got a drug addiction, you need to take care of it like everybody else does. They go get a job, work for the man, and then give all their money back to another man. If that's how you want to live your life, then so be it. But you have no right to be out here in these streets stealing from anybody. You hurt somebody. You probably was so hopped up on those drugs that you don't even realize you hurt somebody, and you, sir, are in a lot of trouble. And right away, Peter's like, what you mean, hurt somebody? What you talking about? Apparently, Peter didn't even remember busting his thing off, y'all. He was so sky high, he didn't even remember. And he's insisted, I didn't do that. I didn't hurt nobody. I didn't do that. You can't prove it. I didn't do that. And the officer's like, we can prove it. We will prove it. And you are being charged with aggravated theft, assault, battery, and attempted murder. Because at least the witness, he didn't unalive. So he's still here to tell his story. And he saw you face to face when you popped off and hit him square in the chest. Oh yeah, he's going to testify. And so are 10 other people that was in there that saw the whole thing unfold. So you want to start talking now, Peter? Do you want to tell me what happened in that coffee shop, Peter? Why did you do it? And Peter just started breaking down, y'all. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think it's the drugs. I really think it's the drugs. I just don't remember. I don't know what's going on. Somebody got to help me. And right then the cop, get yourself together, Peter. Ain't nobody gonna help you. You almost unalive somebody. Get it together. Ain't nobody gonna help you. Maybe the inmates where you're headed will help you. But you, sir, are despicable. Get this man out of my face right now. And that cop had enough of him. Sent them on down to the lockup for the night. You going to the county tonight. We not even waiting. Get him a transport tonight. So, Peter got extradited on down to the county jail. They ain't give him a chance to bail out. They ain't give him a chance to get a lawyer. Nothing, y'all. They had enough of Peter and his nonsense. And this is what happens in a lot of communities, y'all. People on drugs get swept under the rug, y'all. They don't get no help. They don't try and help these fools. They sweep them under the rug and make them somebody else's problem. They end up the state's problem. And then they end up an inmate's problem. An inmate gotta justify what he do to him. Yeah, y'all. You gonna get justice in this prison system. By hook or crook. You don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't ready for this kind of drama. Stay your ass up out of the prison systems, young boys. YNs, stay out the prison system. Because ain't nothing up in here for you but OGs and fantasies. And yeah, they gonna ride on you. And I don't mean the kind of ride y'all thinking of. Oh no. Oh no. They gonna traumatize you. They gonna get behind you and they gonna do terrible things to you. All y'all young niggas, y'all wanna be bad, y'all wanna be hardcore, well y'all gonna end up just like Peter in the penitentiary if you don't heed my words. I'm trying to tell y'all for your own good. Stay out the prison systems, y'all. So Peter ends up in the county. Now, this is his introduction to the jail system. He's never been there before, and he's finding it all very, very scary. All he sees are a bunch of groups that group together, you know, people throwing signs up, certain people hanging with this person, certain people hanging with that person, so on and so on. He doesn't even know where to sit in the mess hall. He's not sure how any of it goes. So, of course, Peter's going to get his first lesson in the county. First thing you do, when they call mess hall, get your ass up and get on that line, or you might not get a tray. His first night, Peter ain't even eat. He kept missing mess hall by a few minutes, and by the time he got there, somebody done swiped his tray. And what he gonna do about it? CO said they brought the amount of trays for the amount of people. Sit down, inmate. Then, you know, people will keep trying to sell stuff to Peter. Hey, you want to buy this? You want to buy that? But Peter ain't got no money. They're like, hey, well, I tell you what. If you let me get your breakfast tray, I'll give you this and that. And, you know, it might be one cigarette for a tray they gonna give him, something stupid, and he getting taken advantage of, and he just like, all right, I really want to smoke, so yeah, I'll give you that breakfast tray. Now, excuse me, Peter was already, he came in, he was only about $1.30, $1.35 soaking wet. He losing weight now because he ain't even eating right. Peter ain't got no commissary. He not eating the steak trays. He getting loose in his jeans. You know, we starting to get scrawny. He don't even work out or nothing. And the people in the county jail, they're not even, you know, trying to help him, trying to teach him. They just letting him do him and use him. So, finally, one of the OGs in the county jail is one of the good guys. He's one of the guys that's never going downstate. He's just pretty much like a lifer in the county. One of them tear sand dudes that clean up all the cells and move all the notes around and et cetera, et cetera. He told him, he said, listen here, young boy, they don't respect you. They don't respect you right now. You're going to have to do something to make these people respect you, or you're going to get walked all over. Where you headed? You headed to a really bad place, young boy. And I tell you what, they're not going to take nothing. They're not going to take no for an answer. They're going to take what they want. They're going to do what they want if you intimidate and let them. And so, you know, Peter listening, he gets scared and scared. He's like, so how do I stop him? And the OG's like, you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight and protect yourself. You're going to have to stand up and be a man. You're 25 years old, Peter. You're going to have to be a man up in here. You're going to have to grab them things between your legs and man up. That's what he told him. And Peter said, I don't know if I can, Pops. I don't know if I can, man. He said, listen, if you can't, That's your ass. That's all I can tell you. Now, I got some more floors to sweep. Better think about what I said. Don't let no sucker try you. And Peter just sitting there thinking, alright. He go back to thinking like, all these guys in here are huge. What am I going to do if one of them trying to step to me and rob me or beat me up or something? What am I supposed to do? Peter ain't even thinking about pushing that blade. He don't know nothing about pushing that blade. As a matter of fact, when he finally does find out the introduction of weapons in prison, he's horrified. He's thinking to himself, these monsters have blades and all types of other bars and stuff to beat you down with. These guys are monsters already and they have weapons. And he's like, I truly am not safe in this environment. What did I get myself into? And it all starts to come back around full circle because, mind you, Peter's clean off them drugs at this moment. All of that's already done flushed out of his cycle. He's clear-minded right now. And it's just now getting to him the things that he's done to land him where he's at. And well, now he's going to have to face the music, y'all. Now he's going to have to fight to survive. And it's pretty evident he's going to have to fight. Because as he's walking into the pod, everybody looking at him like fresh meat for the barbecue. Yeah, y'all. Everybody's sizing him up. All of the bandits, all of the gangsters, you name it. Everybody looking at him like either a piece of meat or a potential paycheck. One or the other. And well, Peter gonna have to keep everybody up off of his ass, literally. On Peter's first night in the county pod, he got smacked up just for not wanting to join a gang. And they threatened him and told him, watch his back. On the second night, Peter got jumped by another gang for talking to the first gang. Even though he tried to explain, he ain't talk to them. They just did the same thing that they're doing to them now. And they ain't want to hear it. Beat Peter's ass. On the third day, y'all. Well, the booty bandits approached Peter. And they gave him a proposition. They told him they got a whole locker full of food for him. They just need him to come on over to their tier. And, you know, they got a little ritual that they do called the pass off. And that's where the new guy gets passed off through the whole tier. It's about 10 of them booty bandits over there in that tier that he talking about in C Block. And everybody looking at Peter like, I hope he say no. Peter said no. That's the smartest thing he probably ever did. But that don't mean nothing to these guys. They was just asking because prison etiquette demands it. You supposed to ask for something like that. You ain't supposed to just be out here taking it. And Peter said no, like I said. They wasn't having it. They got to threatening Peter. You waited tonight. You waited tonight. We was just being nice. We gonna come and take it anyway. And you talking about all these crazy people that's up on the pod. Punisher, Finisher, Booty Bama, C4. There's a lot of them up there, y'all. Y'all do not want to get mixed up with this group. They are very, very bad people. And I'm just naming a few that I know of. They are people like that in every prison you will find across the board. So don't think if you get locked up and you in some little small community that there won't be booty bandits. There's a lot of them hiding out there. They're on the low, y'all. They're hiding. right in the bunk next to you. And well, you better just sleep with one eye open with your butt against the wall. Because them bandits don't play, y'all. Them bandits will put that blade to your neck and dare you to say something. Dare you to move. Yeah, y'all. Alright. So listen. Peter ended up hitting that gate, y'all. He ain't want no parts of none of that. He saw how crazy these guys look and said, nope, fuck that. He left whatever little bit of shit he had in that room, which was nearly nothing behind, ran to that gate as fast as he could, checked in, said, I fear for my life. Please get me up out of here. Please. I'll go to lockup. I'll go anywhere to get out of here. And that's what they did. They took Peter's ass on down to lockup, y'all. They locked his ass down. 23-1. Peter now only comes out 1 hour a day, y'all. He gets a shower once a week. No contact with any other inmates. No contact with the outside world. No visits. Nothing. Why? Because Peter ain't had the balls to stand up for himself and be a man. And that's what it comes down to, y'all. You gotta stand on business. You gotta be a man in and out of prison by any means necessary. People died to protect us from being punks. And how dare you let somebody come and turn you into one? Nah, you're supposed to go down fighting. Like 50 said, get rich or die trying. You ain't supposed to let no punk take advantage of you. It's either him or you. And you gotta get it straight when you enter the prison system. That that's what it is. From the very first time you walk through those doors. It's either me or him. And I'm gonna make for damn sure it's gonna be him. Whether it's that blade work or that hand work. We just gonna have to see who's gonna be the victorious winner. Alright, y'all. That's gonna wrap it up for Peter. Peter ended up serving his 9-year sentence in lockup. Because Peter feared if he left that cell, he was gonna get his ass beat up and raped. So I never saw Peter again. I never heard of Peter again. But let that be a lesson to all y'all YNs that got plans on popping them switchies, plans on hurting people and ending up in the prison systems. Don't do it. Do not do it. There's some very, very bad people waiting on you. Alright, y'all. With that, I'm going to get on out of here. I hope you enjoyed the story. Hit that like button, subscribe, share the video, drop me a comment, and y'all know how it go. It's your boy Corner. I'm out.